Hi everyone, this is Mike from Turn On Your Love Pie, where we like to turn it on and leave it on every day. That's turn on your love pie every day and leave it on. Right now we're going to make a pizza that's kind of like at the maximum level of difficulty. It's scallop and bacon. It's a white pizza with scallops and bacon. So pay attention. I'm going to use a lot of equipment here, and we're going to be cooking seafood to the point where it's not quite cooked yet, and it's shell food, so it's extra dangerous. And so we're really excited for you to be here. Step one is to do the scallops. So I have a pan here heated up. We're going to put some bacon into this pan that's already been heating for quite a while. So we have some bacon here, and we're going to go ahead and let this bacon oil up this pan. So just to review, it's going to be a pizza with scallops. The scallops are going to be cooked in this bacon juice, a little bit of lemon juice, finely minced basil. Then we're not going to cook it all the way. That's the thing about this. It's super dangerous to do this with shellfish, so be careful. So I'm going to cook the scallops in this pan till they're still raw in the middle. Then I'm going to slice them super thin, and we're going to put them on top of a pizza, and it'll cook the rest of the way in there, which is an incredibly hot onion. And I'm going to use a little bit of lemon. I'll just take a cheek off of this. While the bacon is starting to heat up, I'm going to mince up a little bit of basil. That's great. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. So while we're waiting for that to get ready, I'll show you our scallops. Our scallops are these gigantic, giant sea scallops from our local store. They have been frozen. They're previously frozen, so they're not as fresh as they could be, but I'm just going to use two. Two is plenty for one pizza. All right, so the bacon is a third of the way there, right? See that? It's getting there. So I'm going to put the raw scallops in to the bacon grease. And then to brighten everything up, I'm going to take a cheek of the lemon. What's a lemon cheek? It's just to cut off the side. That's a cheek of lemon. I'm going to dump it right on top of these scallops. I'm going to let them go just for a minute. And I'm not going to cook these scallops all the way through. They're going to be undercooked, raw, and dangerous by the time I take them out of here. And that's on purpose. You can hear it going. The The scallops are frying in the bacon grease. And then I'm going to flip them, and then I'm going to put a little bit of Chardonnay into the pan and steam it a little bit, just a little. Yeah, it's hardly cooking at all at this point. I'm going to turn up the heat and to steam it, Chardonnay, and I'm going to put a little butter in there too. This is a tablespoon of butter. Now, I just turned this up to halfway heat. This is a fairly powerful stove, but so again, my goal is to cook the outside of these scallops nicely, but leave the inside raw, because I'm gonna slice them and put them on top of a pizza, and that will cook them the rest of the way. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. It's butter, bacon, Chardonnay, and scallops that are still raw. While I'm letting that cook, I'm gonna grab a piece of dough out, get the dough ready. All right, the dough is really ready to go. Let's see how the scallops are doing. Yeah. I put a little basil on top of the scallops right now. Since I flipped them, I'm going to drizzle a little more lemon juice on them. But I'm definitely going to pull them out while they're still raw inside. So I don't want it to be tough. I want it to be just cooked perfectly on the top of the pizza. And I think that's enough. So I'm going to take them out right now. I'm going to shut this off, because we're going to use that on top of the pizza too. You know what? While we're working here, we'll just cook this down a little bit. Okay, so the scallops. I'm going to just cut these top to bottom in, slices that are only 1 to 2 millimeters thick. That's all you need. Your knife should be really sharp for doing this, because the scallops are super delicate because they're only partly cooked, mostly raw. So most of the slices look like this. Still mostly raw, but they're braised enough, they're seared enough on the outside that on top of the pizza in a 900-degree oven, they're going to cook. Okay. This is just bacon, scallop juice, lemon juice, butter, and basil. So now I'll do my typical thing, just stretching this dough out. pushing all the bubbles to the cornicione. All right, so in order to put this pizza requires a ricotta. So what I have here is ricotta cheese, because this is going to be a white pizza with scallops and bacon. So I'm going to take pieces of ricotta, and I'm just going to flick them onto the dough. It's probably enough. And you have to take a moment and use counter movements to spread the ricotta on this super thin, very delicate dough. Okay, I think the bacon is really close now. Obviously the scallops are ready to go. Okay. I'm just going to rinse off the excess ricotta. I'll take the, that's the bacon. I'll put a little bit of black pepper on the ricotta, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Depends on your ricotta. Some ricottas are very bland and you need to add something to them. So here, so I'm going to put the scallops on now. And these are, like I said, they're half raw. They're only partly cooked, and they're going to cook the rest of the way in there, in this oven at a super high temperature. And instead of olive oil, we're going to use bacon grease. Yeah, who came up with this recipe? This was my brilliant daughter, Amber, who has more brains and guts than most people that I know. And this is a, you know, I don't think you'll find this recipe anywhere in any restaurant in the United States. So yep, that's about all we need. I'm going to slide it onto this peel. I think it's done. Scallops of bacon. So, funny thing happened at this point. After we finished making this pizza, I realized I hadn't made this exact pizza in a long time. I forgot what it actually tasted like. And all of our focus turned to cutting the pizza and tasting it, and we completely forgot to do a wrap-up showing the undercarriage and the inside of the cornicione of this particular pizza. I have to say it was quite outstanding. We were all enamored with its flavor, and it disappeared extremely rapidly before any further photography could take place. I apologize for that, but in any event, this is probably the most delicious tasting pizza I have ever made. One of the things I like about it is the very gently cooked scallops have kind of a light, sweet, delicate flavor that goes really well with ricotta, especially sweeter ricottas. And a relatively small amount of bacon adds a nice side of the flavor profile, and a little bit of basil plays off of all those really well. A little bit of butter, a little bit of the wine flavor. Really outstanding. I highly recommend trying it, but I don't recommend messing around with raw seafood on your, especially shellfish, on your food. Don't try this at home, but I do it, and I think it's outstanding. Anyway, you all have a great day and weekend, and always remember, every single day, turn on your love light and leave it on every single day. Wish you were here. Peace out.